Andrew Moreno, 2 seats to our left. Avi Zarco to his left. We're gonna wager the money. I imagine we'll probably get there before the next break, and the next 2 hours is gonna be very important to see if we cash this thing.
Jackpot whispers and roulette wheel spin. In the city of sin, can't tell where I begin. Dealers gaze sharp, table feels alive. Every bet I place keeps the thrill in drive. Torching with TJ, stacking my dreams. Vegas heat rising, nothing's what it seems. Chasing that river, life on the edge. Every chip I push, I'm making my pledge.
We're back at the ARIA Poker Open. Day 2, rolled right in, right on time, opened our bag and got right to work. We came in today with 240,000. After the first break, we've got 440,000. Crushing. 2 big hands. Let's talk about a couple hands. First one, short-ish stack, opens from under the gun off of 22 bigs. Big stack at the table, calls next to act. Holds around to me, I'm in the big blind with 6 of diamonds, 4 diamonds, and we call. Goes 3 ways to a flop of jack, 5, 3, 1 diamond. Flop an open ender and a backdoor flush draw. Beautiful spot. I check, the original opener checks, and then the guy next to act bets 9K. He's got a massive stack. We've got a draw to the nuts. We call. Unfortunately, the original opener check raises to 30K. Guy next to act pretty much snap calls. Same sort of situation. Obviously, more money to invest in the pot, but we're not going anywhere for this bet. Very likely that we can get a lot of chips if we can drill any of the 8 outs that give us the nuts. I call. We don't get there on the turn. Hit a 10. A 10 that brings in a flush draw. So our draw is a little less valuable now. 1, there's less time to get money in the pot if we make it. And 2, 2 of our outs have now been reduced from making the nuts. So the hearts would give a flush to anyone who has a flush draw. But we checked, and fortunately it checks around. So heading to a river, still looking for a 7 or a deuce, and a beautiful black 7 rolls off on the river. A lot of chips in the pot. The guy on our left only has about 55K, so any reasonable bet's going to put him all in. No, maybe a little less actually, maybe like 45K. And then the player next to act just has piles and has us covered. We go for a bet of 75,000 and they both fold. Big pick up there without having to show down our cards, huge. And then on another one, a guy raised from early position. We defended the king 5 suited in the big blind, and we called 3 barrels from him when the flop came king 9 8 10 deuce. We called 3 barrels, picked up a little bit of weakness on his part, and went with our read, picked up a big pot there as well. So we're up to 440,000. We got every person at our table is like a young, aggressive European guy. All of them, carbon copies. Not really, but it is a tough table for sure. But we've started off strong. I think we've got 360 people left, and 231 make the money. So we've lost a lot of the field already in the first 2 levels. About 130 players from the money. The big news here is this thing is bigger than ever before. We knew that. First place is just over $1 million. Obviously, we're a long way from that, but to be able to come to the ARIA and fire their championship for $3,500 and make $1 million, what a dream. We're living it. It's a 4-day tournament. Today's Wednesday, day 2, playing either 10 or 11 levels today. They reserve the right to add an 11th level just because there's so many people. They're worried about getting it done on time. And then come back tomorrow, do the same thing. And then day 4, should we get there, the final table is on Friday. One step at a time. 440K, doing well, comfortable, coming back to 6K big blind. Let's do it. All right, we're at the next break, second break. We got moved to a new table, and it is much worse. Got Amo for show, Andrew Moreno, 2 seats to our left. Avi Zarco to his left. Those are the 2 best players, and then on our left, not good, especially as the bubble approaches, because Andrew Moreno has 650K. We're still sitting at about 410, 420K. Blinds, we're coming back to 10K big blinds, so we got 40, 42 bigs, and we are about 20 from the money. So we're going to be handcuffed here for the next couple hours, most likely. Amo's going to punt. He's the chip leader, and he knows how to use a big stack. So Can't really mess around too much. He's going to punish us if we do. Might be a pretty boring couple hours. We'll see. We're going to wager the money. I imagine we'll probably get there before the next break, and the next 2 hours is going to be very important to see if we cash this thing. We have a slightly above average stack at 42 bigs. It's a great structure, so it's pretty deep still. Big hands, not much over the last 2 hours. Made a decent size call with pocket nines. I opened under the gun with 9-9. Flop was ace 8-3, 2 clubs. I have the 9 of clubs. Big blind, the only person in the hand, checks. I bet small, 12K, and he calls. Turn comes the 4 of clubs, goes check, check, and then river is another 8, an offsuit 8, ace, 8, 3, 4, 8. He bets 45K, it's about half pot or so. I got good things and bad things in my hand. I have the 9 of clubs, so I blocked some of his flushes. And I also blocked his like 8-9s for trips. But he's in the big blind, so he has a much wider range than that. He has all the flushes. He has ace. He has some aces. He has full houses, and not too many hands that he's calling the flop and then turning into a bluff here. I think he has to float with like picture cards as well. Anyway, I put in the call, and he has king diamonds, 4 diamonds, so very light float. That's what the small bet gets you on the flop. He hangs around pretty wide, but then you get put in some spots on the river. So called that one. And then we very shortly after, the same player opened the button. We're on his direct left, and he opened to 16K at the 8K big blind level, and then we looked down at ace 3 suited in the small blind, and we 3-bet to 52,000. He 4-bets up to 125K or so. Nefarious thoughts enter my mind as we approach the bubble. I have him covered. I consider 5-bet jamming. Kind of be a disaster if we run into the top of it. It would leave us fairly short heading to the bubble. So we decided just to play it a little safer and let that one go. My instincts were telling me he did not have it, but sometimes you just gotta make the safe play in a spot like this. Anyway, that's where we're at. Coming back, 20 for the money. Got to deal with Moreno for a while. Good luck, guys. Stone bubble of the $3,500 championship. 231 paid, 232 left. We lost a chunk to Andrew Moreno, but we have 21 big blinds, so we can easily fold our way to the money. We'll see if that happens. Not picking up anything on the stone bubble, so no real issues. Perfect hand for hand. They deal one-handed all the tables until every hand is complete, until somebody busts. We do not want to be that person. Should we even look at our hands? Yes, we should. But we really don't want to bust. So, kind of handcuffed right now. I have a feeling as soon as this thing busts, it's going to go pretty fast for the next while. Oh. All right, next break. We are in the money. After a grueling bubble, like 2-hour-long bubble, I don't know, something like that. We're in the money. Jeremy, guys, where are we?
In the money at ARIA.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
In the money at ARIA, the championship event. Where else would you rather be, to be honest?
Nowhere else. Just finished a delicious burger from one of the many excellent food places at the ARIA. Come play here. I don't know why I'm just shilling all this out for ARIA.
It works. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
But no, it's been a sick tournament. $1 million up top. TJ still got chips. It's dope.
I don't have enough chips, though. I would like
never enough chips.
more
Until you have
chips.
all the chips,
Yeah.
there's never enough chips. Yeah.
Andrew Moreno, 2 seats to my left.
Pretty brutal. He
On the
doesn't
bubble.
really, it doesn't really give up spots easily.
He went from
sticky.
He went from 500K to $1 million on the bubble.
Sounds about right. Yep, that's as he does. Yes.
I have 210K coming back to 12. I'm guessing 12K big blind level,
and,
something like that.
And TJ's eating ice cream.
That was
I don't
really
know
the reason I
if he
did this.
told you or not. He might have tried to hide it, but he's eating ice cream.
It's gelato. Healthy.
Oh yeah.
All right, it gave us a short break since the bubble was so long. We're hopping back in. We got 18, 19, 20, like 5 more levels tonight. This is going to be a late one.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
good luck us.
Made it to another break, deep into the second day here. About 160 people left. We're in the danger zone. We've got 140K coming back to 15 big blinds, or to the 15K big blind level. So got just over 9 bigs. Been that way for an hour and a half or so, where we've been sitting with somewhere between 10 and 15 bigs perpetually. It's been happening as we shove, get it through, pick up the blinds once per orbit. So we're just kind of sitting in that same spot. Haven't been called yet in any of our all-ins. We had pocket fives, we had king jack suited, those mid pairs, and Broadway cards, king queen off, I think, where you benefit a lot from fold equity. You don't really want to play post on that sort of a stack, and if you get called, probably in not terrible shape, or sometimes taking a flip. So that's what we've been doing. Shoving, getting it through, going through the blinds, eating it up, and sitting at a point where something has to break soon. We need a double or we run out of our chips. Those are the options. We're still being very patient. We've picked up several pay jumps already, so min cash with just under 6K. I think we've locked up just about 7K at this point. Again, 1 million up top. We are not giving up. We're gonna fight to the last second, and hopefully we can get a double here coming back off this break. That's the goal. That way we have a little more maneuverability and aren't so handcuffed. Still, nice to run deep again. Walking out of the ARIA because we've busted in 136th place. Cash for $7,800 or so. I have to check. The pretty good day. I think we played really well all the way around to run as deep as we did. We were short for a long time and got multiple ladders because min cash was 5,900. So very happy to squeeze out a little extra money from that prize pool. Obviously, $1 million up top was the dream, the goal. Sometimes that's not where you get most of your money from. Sometimes you gotta eke out some pay jumps and squeak into the bubble and snatch whatever dollars you can. Still, we were not afraid to bust and go for it when we needed to, even though it's a big tournament. Just played our game. We ended up busting to Andrew Moreno in a very standard spot, but this is what it was. Under the gun opened off of 20 bigs. We looked down at pocket jacks off of 11 bigs in hijack. 11 bigs, we rip our pocket jacks into the middle, and then that's not where the action stops because Andrew Moreno on the button, 4 bets to 500K, which is 33 bigs at this point. Trouble, a 4 bet from the chip leader. And then the big blind, who has like 1.3 million himself, goes into the tank. If he calls or goes all in, we're dead. We're dead because Moreno and him are the chip leaders of the table. But he tanks folds, and then the opener, under the gun opener, folds as well. So we're going heads up to Moreno with dead money in the pot. He has ace king of diamonds. So we got jack jack against ace king of diamonds. And the big blind who was tanking had ace queen. So one of Moreno's aces are dead. Please tell me you folded queens.
Four queens.
10-10-3 flop, turn.
Queen. Same thing.
Leaves us drawn to 2 outs. The king hits the turn. That's it. Unfortunate, and we can't find a jack on the river. So we lose the critical flip for our tournament life. We win that. We've got about 25 bigs, and we're getting closer to average again, but didn't go our way. It's okay. Good warm-up for the main, which we're playing on Saturday. Main event on Saturday, $10,000 buy-in. Our biggest of the summer. That's the one where we want to win that hand more than any others. Congrats to Andrew. I hope he runs deep in this thing. He's a good dude. On the Poker.org advisory board as well. So Poker.org on Org Violence. That's it for the night. Collected my cash. Took care of all the details. I don't know what I'm talking about now. Just running through that hand in my mind. And, thinking about what might have been. But as it is, we're gonna cover the main event this week with Poker.org. Might mix in some cash games or some more sports and slots, which we kind of got away from a little bit. And then we're playing the main event on Saturday. So thank you all for following along and for being a part of this. As usual, torching with TJ. Let's keep it up, huh? This is fun.